Welcome back to the Arkins Hearth, a Not Dead Yet production, recorded here in our forever home of Arkins Juice Tavern and the Arkins Hearth Gaming Store. We're in the dungeon. These stores are our sponsor and friend of the podcast forever. My name is Michael Jason Chandler, and I'm your host. My co-hosts today are, starting here across the table,
the Ginger. Bartender by day, a redhead superhero by night.
You added super.
Yeah, because if I'm going to be a hero, I'm going to be super.
Wow, that's super. Thanks for asking.
My dogs think I'm a superhero. And to my right...
Thorin Wolf, owner of this store and a sizable amount of anxiety and crippling feelings.
I do believe that's just anxiety, but...
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Maybe depression.
Jason wrote our prompts and we ad-libbed.
A little bit. Just a little.
It's all right.
You can't cage me, Jason.
No, I don't want to. Sadly, the Pixie, our artist, dog lover, and someone who once drank 10 Red Bulls in a single sitting, the most interesting and over-caffeinated person in the world, will not be with us tonight, as they have to work early tomorrow. Hopefully, one day we'll get the chance to do this full-time, but for now, we all have to have jobs.
Yay!
Yay,
Capitalism.
Yay! So today, we'll be covering the case of the murder of Girly Chew in what I call More Shadows in Albuquerque, because we already dealt with some stuff that happened in and around Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And this is not the same, but actually there's a point at the end where some stuff that we said during the Bluffs or the
West Mesa
the
murders.
West Mesa murders, where we talked about how bodies disappear. Yeah, that's going to come up here.
Oh, yay.
Oh, boy.
So it'll just be the three of us tonight, folks. And we're going to talk about Girly Chew. In 1999, Albuquerque became the backdrop of one of the most disturbing criminal cases in modern American history. When Girly Chew Hossencofft, I hope I said that right, Hossencofft, vanished without a trace. What began as a missing persons case and then quickly revealed itself to be something far more calculated, something rooted in control, ideology, and a chilling attempt not just to kill someone, but to erase them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Our backyard is so creepy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I looked up interesting murder cases in New Mexico, and New Mexico did not disappoint.
I bet.
So much murder, guys.
I didn't even want to talk. And that was like big cases like this in Albuquerque and stuff. You go to the reservation, you go to the roads surrounding Hispanic communities and the native reservation, the disappearances are chilling. It goes from funny to not funny at all.
And that's stuff I want to focus on when I cover murders and stuff.
No, I'm just saying sometimes, you get the numbers. God, you guys ever stop at the Sam's Club and look at the wall of missing people?
I remember doing security for Walmart, and where you walk in, there's just this entire corkboard. Used to be. This is way back in the day.
It's that way in Sam's Club still. That's what I'm talking about. As you exit to see the faces of missing people and the faces change, it's haunting. Yeah, and it's amazing how often it's brown-skinned, dark-haired young women.
Unfortunately.
Oh, just deeply. So this story, however, is not simply about murder. Not totally, anyways. It's about how obsession can become dangerous. Some crimes are chaotic, emotional, immediate. Others unfold slowly. They're planned and deliberate, controlled. But the rarest kind of crime is one designed not to end a life, but to remove that person completely. No body, no closure, no proof of what happened in the final moments.
Those are the scariest kinds of crimes.
That's creepy.
Like, I watch a lot of true crime documentaries. I read the stories. Like, I say my excuse is I'm trying to see all the ways people can try to get me so I can protect myself against them. These ones, though, I have to shut these ones off sometimes when they start talking about it because they get so intense.
Right. Well, they get the killers in this one. I truly believe they get the killers, but spoiler alert, they never find her. So Girly Chew Hossencofft was, by all accounts, a kind, reliable, and structured woman. She was born August 27th, 1963, in Pensang, Malaysia, and later moved to the United States in early 1990s. During that time, she met Dyson Hossencofft. Hossencofft. I'm going to call him Dyson Hossencofft.
Big D.
They actually met at SeaWorld.
Oh, really?
I didn't put that in here, but yes, they met at SeaWorld.
So, California.
I've never been to SeaWorld.
It's fun. When I was young, I went, but then I learned things about SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Is that where Shamu lived?
Yeah. I went while Shamu was there.
So did I.
What is the name of that documentary? Like Blackfish?
Oh, I don't know, but I know.
It was bad. Like you learn some stuff, and like you will never look at SeaWorld again.
I've seen Free Willy. Is that somehow similar?
Actually, you don't want to know because that whale that was in Free Willy was a part of the SeaWorld brand. Yeah, bad things happen.
I will probably cry over a whale if I look into it.
Yeah, don't look into it. Maybe
don't do it
because SeaWorld is not. I mean, I think they're doing a lot better now. I think they've changed a lot, but back in the day,
they didn't care.
I mean, don't.
They got the big fish to go through the giant hoops.
Well, don't look at SeaWorld and their history, and don't look at the histories. Don't look at the history of elephants and other animals and circuses. You don't want to know.
Get eaten at SeaWorld?
Oh,
yes,
several. Yes,
several.
Crushed, beats.
Wasn't there just like a
drowned?
One of the trainer people? Like there was a big story where one of the trainer people got eaten by an orca. Was it Shamu?
It happened more than you thought.
It wasn't. I don't think Shamu actually killed anybody, but the predecessor I don't know. It's weird.
If I remember correctly, this happened before I was alive, so I'm.
Well, that's not hard. I mean,
shut up.
So just so you know, the original Shamu didn't kill anyone, though she did attack several people.
The original Shamu.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't realize they just.
There's more than one Shamu.
Yeah.
How long was Shamu around? Hold on.
30 years.
Whales don't live that long, do they?
No, they do not. Well, they do
if they're taken care of. So the original Shamu lived from the 1960s to 1971 and did attack an employee in 1971, causing massive injuries. And then Tilikum was the next whale to perform in the Shamu shows and did drag trainer Dawn Brackshaw out. She grabbed her and killed her. Drug her into the water.
I rabbit trailed us really early on.
Okay.
So they met at SeaWorld.
You all thought it was Pixie that made us all rabbit trail. It's just us.
No, it's just us.
Listen, I can make connections over the stupidest little things.
Well, and they did. They met at SeaWorld, and they met in SeaWorld when it was bad. But it was so much fun. There you go. So they met, and they got married in 1993, and they settled in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'd like to say Albuquerque's not that bad a place.
It can be nice.
I was recently told by someone that Farmington has more crime per capita than Albuquerque does.
So Albuquerque's a big place.
I mean,
it's a city.
Did I say that the right direction? Yes, I did.
I think so, yeah. No, I mean, Albuquerque's a big city, and things happen there. In any big city, I think things happen. But Albuquerque's a city, and it's, again, a city surrounded by desert. I mean, just massive amounts. We talked about this in, I think it was the 5th episode. We talked about this, how it's just miles and miles and miles and miles and nothing.
I was there yesterday. There's also miles and miles and miles of lots of stores. Don't go there if you don't have money. I got a Build-A-Bear, though. I got the toothless Build-A-Bear. Anyway, they settled in Albuquerque. We're not rabbit trailing again.
So Girly worked as a bank teller, and her life was routine. It was stable, predictable, just the kind of consistency that makes absence immediately noticeable. Because remember, she's a very stable person. She's, I think I referred to her as disciplined and reliable. So beneath this person. Yeah. Well, she just was stable. She was calm and she went to work and, and everybody kind of thought their marriage was okay, but beneath the structure and the surface, things were breaking. And by January 1999, Girly had moved out of the house and filed for divorce from Dyson following a domestic violence incident in which Dyson had threatened to kill her. She told coworkers that she was afraid, especially after discovering that much of what he had told her about his life wasn't true.
Dun, dun, dun!
Yeah. Then on September 10th, 1999, she didn't go to work. For Girly, this was not normal. As I said, police were called to make a welfare check. And when the police entered her apartment, they found signs of struggle, blood in different pools around the house, just disruption everywhere, and evidence that something violent had occurred. But Girly herself was gone.
Do we know how much blood?
So they cleaned it up a bunch. They just didn't clean it enough, and we'll get into that.
So
a
there
little
was
bit.
Traces of blood. Not
There was blood that they had not cleaned up, and then when they do luminol, they find blood.
Okay. Yeah.
Because people
just
always think you can just bleach it and get it out.
I was asking to get a timeline of like how long she survived, I guess, because if you lose a certain amount of blood, you're dead.
Well, yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Yeah. Girly's husband, Dyson Hossencofft, was not who he claimed to be. Actually, he was born Armand Chavez in Houston, Texas, and he reinvented himself. This is radio, not TV. You can't just make those faces, Ginger. You actually have to say something.
Ginger is very shocked.
How'd you go from Armand Chavez to Dyson Hossencofft?
He picked the most
Where did he get that name?
Austrian name I could ever think of.
How did he go from Chavez to Hossencofft?
It doesn't say.
Is that a real name that anyone else has ever?
I mean, you've got...
I'm Googling it.
Well, I don't know about Dysenkopft, but there is a Hasselhoff.
I know.
I was like, okay, say Hossenkofft, not Hasselhoff.
Shit.
Dang it.
Oh, dang it. Oh, no. Bleep that out.
I mean, yeah. Anyways, so Dyson, So again, he was born Armand Chavez in Texas, and he'd remade himself. He claimed to be a surgeon, a geneticist, and a man with an elite education and expertise. But none of it was real. He falsified transcripts, fabricated credentials. He was actually a failed med student. He had gotten kicked out of med school.
So he knew just enough to be dangerous.
I was going to say that gives him enough knowledge to sound real.
But yeah, he built his entire life on deception. And that's where Dyson Hossencofft comes from. Just call him Arnie from now, or Army from now on, because his name is Armand. But anyways, none of it was real. He fabricated his credentials, of course, and his entire life was a deception. He told people that he had leukemia and sold fake treatments to vulnerable clients. He charged thousands of dollars for therapies that didn't exist. His personal life followed the same pattern. He had multiple relationships, multiple engagements, all overlapping, all controlled. He wasn't just lying. He was constructing multiple worlds with himself at the center.
So he's just a really big con man.
Yeah. No, yeah. He built identities the other way people build, their careers. He just, stepping stones.
Layers upon layers upon layers.
Yeah. And behind it was his ideology, which is also freaky. And this guy's not just a con artist. He's a con artist with a manifesto.
Oh, that's ick. No.
Dyson, or as I may call him, Armand, believed in something So Dyson believed in something he called the treasure map, a worldview centered on control over identity, over systems, and over consequences. So his idea was that if you had enough knowledge, you could exist outside the real world, outside the rules that everybody else had to live by. And as his marriage collapsed, his ideas of the person with the most knowledge can do whatever they want, basically, stopped being theoretical and became horrible for Girly. So now let's bring in his side piece. Because, of course, all con men with a,
I think it's Con Man 101.
Yeah, you got to have a side piece.
So where did this ideology come from?
From him.
He just made it up.
Probably from the same place he got Dyson Hossenkofft.
Yeah, I looked up Hossencofft and it's not showing up as a real name. It's like, it probably is derived from this German word and this German word.
I mean, maybe he just really liked Hasselhoff.
I'm looking on this website.
Well,
This does not look like a trustworthy website. Let's hope I don't
Ginger.
get viruses.
Ginger,
Yes?
This is where your
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm being neurodivergent for two because Pixie isn't here
Pixie's
right now.
not with
I
us.
have to make up for the lack of Pixie.
So I would have you take Dyson Hossencofft, which again, I also had trouble finding other Hossenkofts in the world. And I would have you put that name right next to David Hasselhoff. Dyson Hasselhoff, David Hasselhoff.
Oh, dear Really?
I don't know, but that's where my brain went.
You watched too much Baywatch in the 90s.
I mean, seriously, if you look at the names, it almost looks to me like, yeah, maybe he was a Baywatch fan.
I've never seen Baywatch. I've only seen David Hasselhoff and Knight Rider.
Yes.
Which means that you have seen the best version of it.
And Mr. Feeney was the voice of the car. Anyway, moving on.
Yep.
So, yeah. So
he had a side piece.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, I was reminding myself where we were at. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So someone who was a major part of influencing him and being influenced by him was Linda Henning. So Linda Henning was born on October 10th, 1953 in Hollywood, California. After high school, she worked as a fashion model before becoming a successful designer. In 1999, she met Dyson. The shift in her life was immediate. She broke off an existing engagement and became engaged to Dyson instead.
How old was Dyson? What year was he born?
So let's look at that.
I think he's a little younger.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I had it in here, and then
I think she was born in 1953. October 10th.
She was born in 1953. Let's look up when Dyson was. Let's see.
Oh no! Wait! It was
because Girly was born in the 60s.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm just.
I would like to keep track of how old the perpetrator is.
Let's see. No, he was born March 5th, 1965.
Okay, so
no, I mean, yeah, she's a lot older than him, 53 to 65.
She must have had money.
Well, she was
born in Hollywood.
Born in Hollywood.
You're not wrong.
She was a success. I mean, she was successful, and she'd been a former model, so she probably wasn't hard on the eyes. No. She's probably a pretty lady, and but whatever happened, I mean, she, like I said, the shift was immediate. She broke off an engagement. She got engaged to Dyson and was just totally drawn into his world. In hindsight, this does raise some serious questions.
There's nothing more dangerous than a charismatic sociopath.
Well, they can get into your world and really
wreck up the place.
Wreck up the place a little bit. But yeah. So Henning wasn't just romantically involved with Dyson, though. She became ideologically aligned. Together, they shared their interest in conspiracy theories, anti-government beliefs. Remember, if you have enough knowledge, you don't have to follow the rules. UFOs, ideas reinforced in a separation from conventional reality. It's like those people who walk around saying they really believe they're in the Matrix.
Jason, you promised us no more UFO stories.
You know what?
He didn't say for forever.
I did not say forever. I said, and this is not one.
Okay.
What's interesting about these guys is, so they've got the UFOs, they've got reality separation, they've got their anti-government beliefs, but none of this stuff, they didn't invent any of this stuff. This is all at one point they believed also in the reptilians. That was a big thing, like the government's been taken over by the reptilians and stuff. And whether you're into those theories or not, they basic. This is something I got from them. They basic. They're not very impressive. There's nothing that seems like it belongs to them.
It kind of sounds like they watched a bunch of random episodes of Doctor Who and just believed it was real instead of sci-fi.
Right.
Well, and
the lizard people were in Doctor Who several times.
Right. So maybe they're big Baywatch and Doctor Who fans.
I don't know about classic Who.
You know what? Here it is. It's a certain programming company and their 90s lineup, and I will not say anything worse on the subject because I don't want to get sued. But I'm just letting you know, I love those programs.
Yep.
Because I grew up in the 90s.
Well, no, and there's nothing wrong with the programs, but just because you watched the X-Files doesn't mean you should
right.
Believe that stuff is real.
I'm not saying to that show a lot. I need to watch it.
Yeah. Within their relationship, something became far more concrete. They became an echo chamber, a closed system where their beliefs fed into each other, her on him and him on her. And their beliefs grew stronger, more extreme, and increasingly detached from the outside world. For investigators, this wasn't about evidence. It was about a mindset, understanding how two people could build a reality where extreme actions might be justified, not as crimes, but as necessary steps.
Yeah, way too much TV.
It does.
It just sounds like it.
You know, I want the world to be a more magical and interesting place.
I want to be a Power Ranger.
Right. You know, that's why I started a podcast. Is I want the world to be a more magical and interesting place. I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But you've got to stay rooted somewhere in reality.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You know, and unfortunately, these are dangerous people.
Ugh.
You know, I think Dyson is a dangerous sociopath.
Going back to Thorn's Power Ranger comments.
Oh yeah, Thorn wants to be a Power Ranger. Gotcha.
No, you don't. They're scary.
How are Power Rangers?
I haven't seen any Power Rangers except I saw this clip of Power Rangers on TikTok. I don't know what variant they were because there's a lot of them, but they had really scary lips. So you don't want to be a Power Ranger.
What are you talking about?
Whatever version of Power Rangers I saw, they had
Okay, I want you to go on your
lips.
computer and look up scary lip Power Rangers.
I will find them.
I'm on this.
Because I want to find out. Folks, I apologize. We are down tonight we're not so much going down rabbit holes, it's just falling into them.
Just let me have my thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait, do all Power Rangers have scary lips?
I mean, they have mouths. Is that what you're talking about?
On their helmet?
Sometimes the helmets cover.
On the helmet. It's a scary... Why does the helmet have lips?
But there's...
Hold on.
Okay.
My wife likes Power Rangers. I would like to apologize to my wife for her love of Power Rangers. I'm sorry,
Power
Ginger's
Rangers.
wrong.
I'm looking. Scary lip Power Rangers.
Okay, what?
Lord Zed?
No,
it's the actual Rangers themselves.
Is it I don't know.
It was, okay, I looked it up at the time when I saw this video. They only ever had like one season. It didn't say why.
So it was a
But
bad.
I think it was due to the lips.
Okay. Folks, we're going to go ahead and get back to the episode. So we're talking about Dyson Hossencofft and his crazy girlfriend. Well, he's crazy. His girlfriend, Linda Henning, and how they became so enwrapped with his set of beliefs and his philosophy that they started going down rabbit holes. Not that could ever happen.
What's a rabbit hole?
Yeah. No, I mean, I will.
You're still looking up.
Yeah,
Power
she's still
Ranger
looking
lips.
at Power Rangers. Yes, I know.
There were dinosaur Power Rangers?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
No, don't take away.
Oh,
No, don't take away my laptop. I have to look at this.
Keep talking about the bad man.
well, no, I just wanted to kind of say, to me, I really didn't think that this was about philosophy.
Ginger, what's your favorite dinosaur?
All of them.
Okay.
I like Ankylosaurus.
I'm going to
Actually, I
ask,
do.
can we get back to the podcast?
I'm sorry. Okay,
It's
I'm
not, that one wasn't my fault. That was all on Thornton. Talk about the bad man while I do my research.
Okay, so anyways.
So back in September 10th.
So I just want to point out that, in my opinion, there's all of this, and when I researched this, there was a lot about his beliefs, his treasure map, his relationship, and them playing off each other, and reptilians, and cannibalism. Aliens, cannibalism. Yeah, cannibalism plays a role in this too. We'll get to that. But I just want to point out that, in my opinion, this isn't about any real belief or any actual philosophy. They may have had beliefs in philosophy, but I just think this is another man and his mistress justifying murder because they're monsters and it's more convenient than divorce. I just think they wanted to get rid of her and made it up. Not made it up, but used it. So back to September 10th, 1999, Girly's disappearance. Dyson would leave the state as soon as she disappeared. Again, the police entered their apartment, or actually her apartment, she left. So police entered her apartment and evidence told a story. There was a strong smell of bleach, blood found in multiple locations, and obvious signs of a cleanup. Luminol would reveal what had been hidden. Extensive blood evidence. So you asked earlier, how much blood? Lots and lots.
All the blood.
Lots of blood.
Yeah, unfortunately, and consistent with a violent struggle. Forensic testing would identify blood from both Girly and Linda Henning. So, forensic testing would identify blood from Girly and Linda Henning and from a third unidentified individual. So there is
Hossencofft.
I don't think it was. I think that there's theories that there might have been an assassin, that there's more people, but they didn't identify it.
They hired an assassin?
I mean, that's theories.
Right, yeah.
I read a thing. Like I said, I with this episode, I went down some rabbit holes. And actually, the first script I wrote for this had a number of things in it that I then found were wrong.
Hold on.
Ginger.
Waiting
for it.
I was going to ask a question related to the episode, and then you pointed at me, and it went away.
We were talking about blood.
And that wasn't
assassin,
even your fault.
And
No, I was just giving you the
actually, like, it was about the murder scene.
about the luminol and all
Yes,
the blood.
I was going to say, so does it sound like the amount of blood that they found evidence of, she probably didn't make it alive out of the apartment?
Right,
Okay.
yeah. An excessive blood. I mean, there was so much blood they couldn't even clean it all up. And some of it was Linda Henning's, and some of it was a third unknown person. But let's face it, Linda Henning is still alive. So that blood was Girly Chew's, unfortunately. So she'd been attacked in the apartment and removed afterwards. And from that point forward, investigators would treat this as a homicide. So this is where the case becomes something else entirely. Because despite everything, Girly Chew Hossencofft has never been found. Authorities believed she died during that violent struggle. And that followed a deliberate attempt to conceal or destroy her body. The conclusion that they made is supported by blood evidence, the cleanup efforts, and materials found along the highway and in Linda Henning's home after she disappeared. So investigators did explore several possibilities. One was relocation, because they did find some of her hair and some of her clothes along the highway.
Ooh, okay.
So, I mean, it definitely looked like they moved the body, maybe to a remote area. There was also investigated the idea of a deliberate destruction, evidence that kind of systematically broke down to prevent recovery. That would be...
I just had a quick question. Which highway and which way was the evidence going towards? Like, not, you know what I mean? Like east, west.
That's a good question.
Particular location. Not that I'm trying to solve the mystery or anything.
Well, no, I mean, you know, we could talk about that. So let me see.
If I'm going to go down a rabbit hole, I'm going down a rabbit hole that has to do with the murder.
No, that's cool. So, I mean...
alleged murder. I don't know. Is this an alleged murder or is this...
they are convicted. They are
convicted?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you can say murderers.
Murderers.
That is completely fine. So her clothing and a part of a tarpaulin, a piece of duct tape with Henning's hair attached. So they found a piece of duct tape. I'm trying to see. It says that it was found...
Would now be a good time to go back to my rabbit trail while you're looking?
Go ahead.
Okay, I found which Power Rangers have scary lips.
Let me see. Those are the Zeo Rangers.
They have scary lips.
What?
Their lips are scary, Thorin.
Canonically, that is one of the
scary
stronger
lips.
Power Rangers, if not the strongest in the
They can
the
be
series.
as strong as they want. I have zero Power Ranger knowledge. All I know is I saw a clip of them transforming or whatever you call it. And
okay, that
they
transform
had
sequence was a
scary
little weird.
lips.
Okay.
Would I be willing to give the show a chance? Sure. But they have scary
I would
lips.
absolutely start with Mighty Morphin and work your way forward. No?
It's a kid's show. I was never that. I was old. I was older.
I was a kid.
I know. You were a kid. No, and don't get me wrong. My wife loves Power Rangers, and it's completely fine. And
how much older than you are you than Jet, your wife?
I'm 5 years older than she.
You're 5 years
So,
older.
you know, when she was, you know, young enough to be watching Power Rangers, I was probably in middle school or even high school.
Okay. So
it's a little, I'm not that middle schoolers and high schoolers didn't get into Power Rangers. I just wasn't one of them.
I almost said my wife's name, and I didn't know if you wanted me to do that.
No, please don't.
Yeah, no.
Just so you know, Girly Chew Hossencofft's bloody clothes, a tarp, and her hair, as well as the piece of duct tape that had Linda Henning's hair attached to it, were found on U.S. Route 60.
Okay, going east or going west?
My lord, man.
What?
All right, let's go. The evidence was found on a stretch of highway near Magdalena, New Mexico. So let's look up
I know this highway. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get meticulous.
No, it's okay. You just need to know. Albuquerque to...
If it makes you feel better, Jason, the listeners might ask these questions.
I know.
To get answered now.
Also, Jason spent a lot of hard time rewriting the script.
A lot of hard time?
Yeah.
He rewrote the script 3 times.
Yes, I did.
And
I did
it's a
indeed.
7-page script. I just want everybody to know that. Like,
okay, so it's south.
South.
So so that is it's south going through Las Lunas.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
if they were so careful with the body to make it where nobody ever found the body, why is there evidence just thrown everywhere?
So, and I read a number of sources. I mean, you can look at my resources and stuff, and you can follow after if you want. There were a number of resources that suggested that, and almost give like they were master criminal type, views of this, and how smart he was. When the body is never found, we have a tendency to go, "Oh, what amazing criminals!" I actually have a theory about that going later, and I'll just ruin it right now.
We can wait if you want.
Okay. No.
The reason I asked the question is because, like, the story, the way it's gone so far, was leading up to people thinking they're master criminals, but they don't make me think they're master criminals.
So I was where you are. I mean, evidence was littered. They found blood. They were able to DNA match the blood,
and also the hair on the duct tape was not the victim's.
It was Linda Henning. It's the girlfriend. It's the mistress.
Like these are really stupid mistakes that are like the duct tape specifically really easy to avoid.
I know you just bag everything. I mean, no, we're not here to teach people how to kill.
Do not follow our advice in any crimes you commit.
Disclaimer to everybody.
Don't commit crimes.
This is not a podcast to teach you how to kill somebody.
No
crimes allowed. Otherwise, you don't get any more crime episodes.
Yeah, no, that's not true. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we gotta scare them.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
So anyways, the theories were that she was buried somewhere really remote, or that her body was possibly destroyed by some means. So there's no direct evidence of any of this. Law enforcement has never confirmed it, but the absence of remains and the evidence of cleanup and the deliberate nature of the crime leaves the door open. I also read numerous, references to his treasure map. He did have beliefs regarding cannibalism and the action of eating human bodies.
Oh wait, I forgot you said that earlier.
Yeah. So it does.
You're busy looking up how.
I heard him talk about cannibals, though.
Well, yeah. No, so I will say that though that does come up in his ideology, philosophy, whatever you want to call it, and people have suggested that her body may have disappeared due to cannibalism. People have suggested that. I would actually point out that it's really hard to make a body disappear by cannibalism. I've read numerous cases. I've podcasts and whatnot. There's a lot of body.
That's true.
And there's parts that aren't very edible.
And there were only 2 of them, and what are they going to do with the bones?
And yeah, so, I don't think it's easy, but I'd read one of the rabbit holes I went down. Somebody said that she was obviously dissolved in acid.
This is some Stephen King-esque.
To me, and I'm going to say this, and this is the point where I'm going to say this. Folks, we talked about this when we talked about in our last true crime case, when Wonderful Ginger was hosting for us. I'm going to say it here too. There's a lot of desert out there.
Yeah.
And we said in the last one that if somebody wanted to get rid of a body, all you'd really have to do surrounding Albuquerque.
Again, disclaimer.
Yeah, we're not suggesting
We're not suggesting you kill people.
No, but there's so much desert.
But don't bring your bodies here, please.
No, don't bring your bodies here. And don't make bodies. It's bad. Let people live. Love is important.
Well, have children. Love them.
Yeah.
That's also a way to, I don't know. Anyway,
stop it.
Shut up. Yeah.
So anyways, no, my theory is that these are not great criminals. I think they killed this lady. I think they had some messed up ideas. They badly cleaned up the blood with bleach, not enough that they could even hide the evidence of DNA. They badly transported the body somewhere south of Albuquerque.
But see, we know that now.
Yeah, and they went far south of Albuquerque, probably into the desert, and her body disappeared. Unfortunately, if you drive it out there and you put it somewhere and you dig a deep enough hole, or you throw it in an old mine, or there's a lot of unfortunate places, it might not be found. And no matter how good a job, and really the police did a good job in this, they found enough evidence to convict these people without a body. And that's a big deal. But yeah, she's never going to be found. And I don't think it's because they're master criminals. I think they're kind of dumb. I think that New Mexico's a scary place. And there's a lot of desert and places to hide bodies.
There's a reason I carry pepper spray.
So before the investigators could actually try to answer what happened to Girly, they had to find the people responsible. 2 weeks after her disappearance, Arkins Hossencofft was located in Charleston, South Carolina, and arrested. He was then extradited back to New Mexico to face a grand jury.
That's really far away.
Yeah, if you drove straight through without stopping, it would take you 3-4 days.
It takes you 8 hours to get from Farmington, New Mexico, or not 8 hours. Excuse me, about 12 hours, nonstop going to Mississippi. So
okay, yeah.
Yeah, to the part of Nebraska I grew up in, it's like a 16-hour drive.
And Charleston is further away than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2 to 3 days straight without stopping.
Yeah.
I mean, he punked out pretty far, but they found him. At the same time, Linda Henning was brought in to testify, where she claimed that she'd never known Girly. But of course, investigators knew that wasn't true. They'd found her hair. They'd found her DNA.
Because she's dumb.
And, at this point, they probably know she was banging their husband. They know it's not true. So, of course, the evidence placed them in the same space at the same time. So on October 29th, Henning was arrested for perjury.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And before you can prove murder, if you lie to a grand jury, you can be arrested for perjury.
I knew that was a thing. I just didn't think that was going to qualify in this case.
Well, I think, and this is where I often, like I said, I always want to give police credit. They knew that something happened, but they're investigating. They don't have a body, but they've got the stuff on the side of the road. They've got the blood in the apartment. They know this girl has been killed.
This was a good tactic to be able to keep her in custody, though, because if they didn't have any other argument, she would get away.
She could run.
The thing is this trial, I'm looking at the timeline, it didn't even last like 2 months. Like, this is absolutely open, closed gate.
Once they get there, they get to the trial. But I mean, I thought that, Dyson, he was off in Charleston, South Carolina. He was trying to get away.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I would not be surprised if Linda was planning to follow him, if they had some, meet me in 3 months at blah, 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 some plan. She got brought in. She didn't know what evidence they had. She lied. She got arrested. And that's, like you said, it's a great way to keep her in custody.
I watch enough true crime to know that that's one of the biggest things while the investigation is going on.
Keep them
there where you have access to them and they're not getting away.
Right. So less than a month after October 29th, when she was arrested, both she and Dyson were both indicted on first-degree murder charges. Despite the absence of a body, prosecutors moved forward. The case relied heavily on circumstantial evidence, behavioral patterns, testimonies, physical traces, and of course, reconstruction of their murder plan. In 2002, Arkins Hossencofft pled guilty to murder in order to avoid the death penalty. He was sentenced to life in prison plus 61 years. Later that year, Linda Henning went to trial. The case drew national attention, and at one point, Dyson even took the stand and claimed full responsibility for the murder, insisting that Henning was innocent. So, of course, romance is not dead.
Bad joke. Okay, but that wasn't going to do anything for her.
No, I mean, because
she's not innocent in any way, shape, or form if her hair is on a piece of duct tape.
No. And her blood's in the
at
apartment.
The
yeah. Well, and his credibility was not great.
Yeah, his credibility was zero.
Yeah, I killed her. Don't kill me. But my girlfriend didn't do anything. Even though they also they found a sword. That was the thing. The same day she disappeared, they found like a ninja sword in her apartment that was bought the same day. I mean, her blood. Yeah, they know that Linda Henning was part of this.
Why are all these murders have to do with swords?
Maybe it's
what let's go back to Fry.
Just wait till I tell you the one about the axe.
Ooh, took an axe. I can't do that. That's somebody else's thing. No, I wish you could. No, it's a Last Pod thing.
Oh,
Last Pod on the left. Huge fan,
so
but I have to. I may not cut it out. I might just give them credit and tell them how much I love them. But anyways, so his credibility was completely compromised. His years of deception, his lies, his name changes, multiple engagements, and the physical evidence told a different story because Henning's DNA connected her to the apartment and the discarded materials. On October 25th, 2002, she was found guilty of first-degree murder along with multiple other related charges. She was sentenced to 73 years in prison.
I was 5 months old.
How old were you? Since we always have to do how old people were.
I thought you would want the roles reversed this time instead of us
think
calling you old.
Wait, you were 2?
I was 5 months
You were
old.
5
months.
Wait, you were 5
old.
months old?
In 2002?
Let's see. I graduated in 05, so...
I'm 22. How old are you now?
23.
Yeah, I was
and
a year
3/4.
younger. I was a year younger than you.
I don't want to say how old I am anymore.
How old were you in 2002?
I think I was like 16.
Yeah.
16? So like 15, 16.
Had you ever heard of this case? I mean, I somewhat remember it.
I was
remember.
too busy living high school.
Right. Okay. You weren't obsessed with crime yet. I get you. So she was sentenced to 73 years in prison. So, she was 12 years older than Dyson. So she's going to die in prison. But this case did become a landmark case as an example of the no-body homicide conviction. It's a legal challenge that requires juries to accept a narrative built not on simple physical remains, a body specifically, but the weight of evidence, logic. This case demonstrated that even with the absence of a body, justice could still be pursued, but it also left an undeniable void because the conviction is not the same thing as finding her and lying her to rest, which is what she deserved.
Agreed. So I was always told no body, no crime.
That's not how that
That's
works.
not how that works.
No, it's never been.
No, I didn't know. Like, that's just what listen.
Back in the day, no body, no crime was kind of a thing. Like, if you're talking about going back to the 1920s,
okay,
you don't find a body. But if somebody saw you kill someone and then the body disappeared, but there was an eyewitness that said, yeah, I saw him do it. I don't know
but
what he
there's no
did with
eyewitness here.
But I'm just saying, even in the 20s, if somebody saw you do it, you could still be convicted even if the body disappeared.
Okay. Yeah.
It's never really been a thing, but DNA has made it possible.
A lot easier to get these people off the street.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Because, there are serial killers some of their victims have never been found, but they're still in prison, and some of them, are in prison for murders of people that never were found, but we know they disappeared. And usually the serial killer admitted to killing them because they didn't want to die. So much of this is, please don't kill me. What was it? They called it bodies for time. When Bundy attempted to get his death penalty extended, he offered to help them find more bodies of women that he killed.
Yeah.
Which, to an extent, that's got to be a hard choice, man, because do you give those families closure and let this guy live for a little while longer? Or do you do what they did and you don't, negotiate with the terrorist and you take him out and just have to live with the fact that you didn't find all the bodies? That's hard, man. That's why I'm not as anti-cops as a lot of people are. People have to realize, judges and police and lawyers, they got to make choices, man, and do things. It's a hard life, man. It's a hard job. So the prosecution's theory presents a clear narrative, a calculated plan, executed with precision. That's what I wrote, but again, I'm not sure I believe it anymore. The more I read this, actually rereading this, I should have rewritten it a fourth time.
This was sloppy work.
Hey, you know what?
No, not the script.
Oh, okay.
But if we're going to criticize the script,
I think they did have a calculated plan. They succeeded in killing her, but and destroying evidence, but they didn't get it. They didn't get the evidence. It was found on aluminol. They found DNA. They found the tape. I don't know why it always seems like, I took a lot of this from things I read. And it's so funny to me that they always, because her body was never found, apparently these guys are geniuses. Do the people who researched this know how much desert there is around Albuquerque? Anyways, without physical closure, alternative questions linger. Could there have been additional participants? Remember, there was another DNA strand found, or another DNA blood sample found in the apartment of an unknown person. Did Arkins Hossencofft's ideology play a larger role that was never fully uncovered? Maybe, but like I said, he basic. Were there elements of the plan that investigators never discovered? When evidence is destroyed, certainty goes with it. What remains is interpretation, built on fragments, shaped by our perspective, but forever incomplete. In 2010, the New Mexico Supreme Court overturned Linda Henning's perjury conviction. However, they upheld all of her remaining convictions, so she will still die in prison. In January of 2020, Arkins Hossencofft petitioned the court to overturn his sentence. He alleged that law enforcement and prosecutors had conspired to suppress evidence that would have cleared both him and Henning completely. In a statement to Judge Alyssa Hart, his attorney requested a 6-month extension to gather additional evidence related to a global connection, which the judge did approve. However, I found nothing since. Maybe there's a bomb that they're going to drop any day now, but I think he's got nothing. I think he's a crazy person. And he's not even the first crazy person to say he's a part of some global
conspiracy of some sort. Yeah.
Well, and he's a conspiracy theorist.
No.
I'm sure he's going to say that the reptiles killed his wife and they should let him and his girlfriend go live a life.
And then they ate her. And
in the end, Girly Chew Hossencofft was never found. No grave, no remains, no definitive answer to the question of what happened in her final moments. Our hearts go out to her and those who loved her. All that remains is reconstruction. A story assembled from evidence, testimony, and the echoes of the plan that came dangerously close to being successful. If they had done a better job of cleaning up,
I
mean, it came dangerously close. I mean, they never found the body. If it were true, the no body, no crime.
Well, listen, at the very beginning, you were saying that she was very precise. She went to work every day.
Right.
It was not like her.
They should have had some plan. You're right.
Like that, and then he's halfway across the country.
Yeah. Well, they threw up red flags immediately by having her just disappear. You're totally right.
There's no way that this was well planned.
You're right. I mean, I can't get around the fact that, they did nothing. I mean, the police were on top of them faster because she didn't show up to work.
Yeah.
They had no cover story. They didn't even have like a crappy phone call with Linda Henning trying to do her voice saying, I'm sick today. Yeah. You know, they didn't plan for her coworkers to call the cops for a check. You know, they didn't properly package the remains when they left, which is why things fell off, hair and duct tape and all that junk. Clothes, a piece of a tarp. I mean...
Yeah, there's nothing about this murder that I see that was...
The only thing is that the body disappeared, and I attribute that to New Mexico.
Yeah.
These people could barely get her in a car wrapped in a tarp without leaving pieces of the tarp for people to find. Sadly.
Not close to perfection.
No. It's interesting. I like I said, when I took this case out and I wanted to look at it, the cult concept, all of this guy's secret philosophies and cannibals and aliens and stuff. I was like, oh, this is going to be a cool one. And then I got to the end and I'm like, no, it's just an
idiot.
Another asshole who killed his wife so we could bang his mistress. I mean, unfortunately. Well, this has been the Arkins Hearth. And another story from the Four Corners. If you're drawn to true crime, aliens, heroes, and mysteries, please like, follow, and share this show.
Do all the things.
And remember that often the most dangerous thing is not what we fear from our coworkers, strangers, nightmares, the news, or even our anxiety. Yeah. The greatest danger is often your crazy, evil significant other.
Your homework is to comment your favorite iteration of the Power Rangers so I can watch it.
Okay.
Dinosaurs! Okay.
Dinosaurs. I mean, you might dig them.
Mighty Morphin absolutely had dinosaurs.
Okay.
It did?
Okay, but hear me out. There's a whole show that's dinosaurs. Also, have you ever... I'm about to get off on a rant, but it's the end of the episode. I'm allowed to do whatever I want now. Have you ever heard of, let me Google it before I just tell you the wrong title. Hold on! They're truly scary.
You didn't go down enough rabbit trails.
Okay, have you ever heard of Animorphs?
Yes, absolutely.
They're terrifying.
I grew up with animals.
They're terrifying.
Don't stay as the hawk of defiance.
I don't know what that means, but it's really scary.
I want you to
there are books, right?
The book covers are scary too. Have you seen them?
Yes, I have.
If I was a child in the whatever year those books came out and I went to the library and I saw the cover of those books, I would run the other direction because why is that like that?
I'm going to have you look up a number of things from the 80s. Maybe some from the 70s.
Things from the 80s. I like Magnum P.I. Tom Selleck was hot.
I agree. Tom Selleck was a handsome man.
One time I showed a friend of mine a picture of Tom Selleck from when he was in his Magnum era, and they told me he looked like a serial killer because he had his mustache, and I was like, what the heck is wrong with you?
She would totally love Nash. Nash Bridges.
Nash Bridges?
Nash Bridges.
I will Google.
Yeah. It's another detective show.
Yep.
Not as old as Magnum P.I.,
Jake and the Fat Man.
So you're back in the 80s. La Femme Nikita.
La Femme Nikita.
Love La Femme Nikita. That was a good show.
Who the heck is that?
For good reasons.
It's because she was hot, man.
Yeah, okay.
Still is. Last time I saw she's in movies and stuff every once in a while. I'm trying to remember her name.
Who are we talking about?
La Femme Nikita.
I don't know what that is.
It was a show from years ago, and it starred. Hold on. I'm getting there. It was a Canadian show, and it starred Peter Wilson.
Uh-oh.
Peter
You want to
Wilson.
know my favorite Canadian show?
What's that?
Red Green.
Say Red Green?
Yeah, the Red. You've never heard of the Red Green Show?
No.
Oh,
It's an old man who just puts things together with duct tape.
It's great. It's funny.
It's more than that. He also makes a lot of sex jokes. I don't know why I was allowed to watch it when I was 4, other than the fact that I wouldn't understand the sex jokes. It's really funny though, and he's got a nephew that plays a weird piano thing.
So thank you.
No, he wasn't playing an accordion.
I thought it was an accordion.
No, he had one of those weird
Oh, keytar?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Guitar.
I couldn't remember
Oh my
the
God.
name.
Do you ever watch the TV show Community?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I love what is his name? He plays Senior Chang. And he was a doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Ken something.
Yeah, Ken. That's it. Yeah.
Ken Jong.
No, that's
Nope. Nope, that's the wrong one. Ken. I want to cut that one, please. For the love of God, cut that one.
I think Ken Jong is correct, but it is Ken Jong. It is.
Ken Jong?
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
I was right.
But it's just, I think we all went to Kim Jong-un pretty easily.
Oh wait, Pixie isn't here.
Nope.
I have to bring up Will Wood because we haven't had an episode.
Oh my God. Listen, I will
Pixie.
not be brought up this episode.
It's for Pixie.
I
So I
know.
got Dr. Sugarman was so old.
How old was he?
He died. Okay,
Okay.
There's the Will Wood reference.
Yeah.
You're welcome,
Yeah,
Pixie.
I think it's Ken Jeong. He's, I think,
Jeong.
Korean. Jeong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
He's,
funny guy.
he's awesome, man. I love that he went, I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I'll be a comedian. And he did it when he was, older. So maybe it's not too late for us old guys.
Maybe.
So,
I don't think anybody wants to hear my stand-up.
yeah, well,
Just me,
I'm not-
complaining about, my knees.
I was just going to say,
my back.
nobody wants to hear you stand up.
No, yeah, nobody wants to hear me stand up.
Sorry.
It's a bunch of old man grumbling and cracks and pops. Ask my wife.
You're like 10 years younger than me. You know that, right?
Yeah, I destroyed my body doing stupid stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a few of those things myself. Well, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for your support. This has been another episode of the Arkins Hearth. And so we'll continue to do this. I don't know what the next case will be, but we're probably going to start moving more towards true crime. I also still want to we're going to do a ghost town.
Yes.
Thorin wants to do a ghost town. And I'm thinking that we might be able to link some stuff with maybe Ghost Town. Maybe we'll do a couple of ghost episodes because I'd love to talk about the Strader Hotel and the shootouts on Maine and Durango.
As much as I hate old cowboy stuff, there's just a lot of old cowboy stuff here.
There is.
What's
It's
wrong
New
with old
Mexico.
cowboy
I
stuff?
also want to cover eventually, the whole Santa Fe with the Kellogg's cereal box. Like,
Oh yeah. We were going to talk about that. We did
found
find
some
that.
stuff.
We did find some stuff on
So
that.
yeah, we're gonna.
Well, and there's
it's great.
I'm researching one on Elephant Butte. I'm researching one on the disappearance of Tara
Not elephant,
Calico. Butte. Butte.
Yeah.
Butte. It's
not.
Butte.
It's not.
I said Butte, didn't I?
Yeah.
He was telling me not to say but.
Oh,
I wasn't
and-
going to. I was going to say what episode I want to cover.
Oh, what do you want to cover?
Please, yeah.
Well, William Hanna of Hanna-Barbera fame is from New Mexico.
That's
And
awesome.
All of us who grew up with Hanna-Barbera.
Should we just cover a story on like all the famous people who actually live and or are from here? 'Cause we have
Not
people to
one
talk about.
episode about all of them, but separate episodes about
We
them.
might be able
There
to
is
do
a
that.
member of Metallica that is from.
Oh, that's cool.
I know a Metallica song.
Wow.
That's awesome.
What song do you know?
Hold on.
Oh, wow.
A Metallica song? Really, just one?
I might know two.
I swear if it's the one from Stranger Things.
Actually, that is one of them.
Sad.
But
So
the
sad.
other one I was going to say is Enter Sandman.
Okay.
Well, that's
The
a
Black
good one to
Album
know.
era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I was sheltered.
I know.
The most crazy thing I listened to growing up. Listen, the most crazy MP3 on my family computer music library was Bohemian Rhapsody or Michael Jackson in when he did like Beat It and We Are the World. And
Oh, wow.
that's as crazy as it got, unless except the heavy metal cover of the VeggieTales theme song.
Heavy metal.
It was heavy
Oh,
metal.
okay.
You can look it up. It's
But
a
don't
real
eat those
thing.
vegetables. They're full of heavy metal.
VeggieTales backfired on me because I didn't eat vegetables because I didn't want to eat my friends that were on the TV. How did we not know? Anyway, what were you raising your hand for?
I was going to ask you something. Hold on.
Was it about Michael Jackson and or
No.
Queen?
Did you actually watch the movie Bohemian Rhapsody?
I did not.
I haven't watched it yet either.
Oh, you guys are missing out. It's such a good.
I heard it was good.
It's really good. It's
Yeah.
actually.
Let's end the episode because
Aw.
I'm going to have to edit so much of this out.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, bye, I guess.
Thanks for listening. Bye.